Wait, is that a lift? Yeah, look at that. That is the strongest available rear drive shaft from Adams. A little bit overkill? Hell yeah. But now, if I want to do a stroker or any extreme anything anywhere ever in the future, not to worry. Yeah. So, everybody else is doing it, so I guess I gotta do it too. 2019 update. Where have I been? Well, busy on this, if I'm honest. And did I film any of it? No. No, I did not. Well, if I'm honest, I tried. Problem was that everything was such a time crunch. I went on a 1,000-mile road trip in the summertime, and right before it, my power steering gearbox decided to absolutely piss everything out of it and not hold anything at all. So I put in a brand new power steering gearbox, which I don't like. It's a stocker, and now with the lift, I don't like it. But that's beside the point. And then I did the lift, and you know, it was again a time crunch because I drive a lot. I like to drive, and I needed it on the road. This is what I drive every day. I don't drive that every day. This is supposed to be my resto project. That was my dad's. It's very special. Yeah, so I had to, the springs, you know, the suspension was completely original. 200 whatever thousand miles on it, and with the bigger tires, anytime I turned, anytime I went over a bump, anytime there's anything more than just me in the vehicle, it just rubbed all the time. And so this became a time crunch, and I couldn't film it in any way that was worth even, you know, mentioning. So now that that's out of the way, what exactly did I do to my Jeep? Well, for starters, I did put in a new gearbox like I showed you before, and sway bar disconnects in the front so that I can get more flex off-road, iron rock off-road track bar, springs, and shocks. This is a 3.5-inch lift. Up front, I think that's pretty much it. Of course, controls and stuff like that, but just not too much. I didn't really need too much. It doesn't need much more than that. I did a slip yoke eliminator. Yes, you can do that with the transfer case in the vehicle. I don't know why people are going around telling everybody otherwise. I had no problems with that. My front drive shaft is in the rear, and I put another front drive shaft here. For now, obviously, my rear came in. I put shims in the back to address my pinion angle, which, as you can see, is now spot on. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. So, I've put 10,000 miles on this now. What have I learned about this Jeep and this lift? Well, actually, a lot. There are quite a few things that need to be addressed. First of all, there's that power steering gearbox I was mentioning earlier. It is a clusterfuck. So I was off-roading. I just got back from a major off-road excursion, which I, you guessed it, didn't film. I filmed a little bit, though, to be fair. I'll put just a little bit of the footage maybe at the end of this video, but bouncy, bouncy. Fun times. At one point, I got stuck. Both tires dug into the ice. It's probably about, yeah, that far in with ice. And the power steering was like non-existent. It was making a lot of noise, and I was pretty much manually cranking that wheel. It's just not strong enough for that kind of stuff. So I really need to junk that, but I don't feel like spending $500, $600 on a upgraded one. So I'm still, that's big money. I'm starting to think otherwise. I don't know. We're getting somewhere with that. That's not the priority. There's the biggest priority is shackles. Stock shackles are not cutting it on these massive leaf springs with this massive lift. I need different ones. The front rides so soft, and then the rear it's just stiff, and it's such a shame because this lift is so nice. So shackles first, and then lockers, electric and type for sure. Definitely not mechanical. I don't need vacuum garbage everywhere. Vacuum was never a good idea. It's not a good idea now. So lockers. Those are serious things that I need. And then it wouldn't hurt to have bull bars and a hitch so I can actually get towed, because I get stuck and then I end up having to push it on my own, and it's a rough time. But that would also require me to have friends that own Jeeps, which I don't have. And even when I do come across them, all they want to do is destroy their rigs. As you can see, I've been off-roading this for a long time. This one I've been off-roading since I was literally like 5 years old, and it doesn't have a dent in it. Neither does this one. Yet I managed to get out there just where everybody else does. So, yeah. I also learned that the oil pan and rear main need to be changed. I go through about a quart every 2,000 miles. That just pisses everywhere. So that's nice. On top of it, there's lower end knock. So I think it sounds like just the connecting rod bearings need to go. That's also nice. The oil pump probably should be changed because it's a 206,000 mile vehicle. Yep. On the other hand, though, these tires are great. These tires are really great. I'm really glad I didn't get fat tires. I'm telling you, on this vacation, I would have not been able to go anywhere with fatty tires. I would have been dead right now. I was climbing a lot of cliff edges, and fat tires would have pushed me right off. I wouldn't have had the room. I was clearing by inches. So definitely glad I went with skinnier tires, which also happen to ride better on the road. For now, I think I'm definitely not replacing these. Yeah. Also, I have a interesting little problem that just started yesterday with cold starts. I will put a clip of that in the end of this video as well. It seems to just start, run rough, rev a couple of times, and this all takes place in the course of 7 seconds, and then just goes away completely, and I cannot recreate it for the life of me unless I do another cold start. So I let it sit for hours, blah blah blah. Confuses the hell out of me. Definitely not idle air control at that point, because it returns to idle just fine after that 7 seconds is up. All that noise from you. Huh. But yeah, in a nutshell though, this is really awesome and I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to try to make more videos for 2019 and be in less of a rush. It wasn't really up to me. But here's the difference between regular stocker and modded height. This seems to be the sweet spot. I'm enjoying this lift. It seems to be the sweet spot. I can go anywhere pretty much any other Jeep's gonna go, and I don't have all those reliability issues, and I have full stability on the road. I can make emergency maneuvers at 70 just fine. The only other thing I forgot to mention is the pinion angle in the front is just slightly off, like ever so slightly, and it's just enough to cause a slight vibe on the highway. So I also have to adjust that, but that shouldn't be too bad. All right. heard that. That BS is bothering me. It just runs rough, revs a few times, and then evens out, and I cannot recreate it for the life of me unless I let it sit for hours and do another cold start. I have no fucking clue what that is. That is not the... There's no way that's idle air control. There's no way, because it doesn't... Look, it's fine now. How could that be? So, maybe there'll be a video on that if I can actually figure out what it is and it doesn't just magically go away. Anyway, so hopefully you'll see a lot more of me from, you know, the 2019, and, you know, I really didn't want to abandon you guys, but when push came to shove, I definitely had to shove. Anyway, take it easy, guys.